Hello, welcome to Magic City Reviews. Hopefully you guys are doing great today. So today I want to welcome you to episode 2, Podcast Saturday. Yep, it's episode 2, and it's only going to get better as we go along. First off, I just want to say thank you to all the subscribers that have subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. If you guys have any suggestions to make the channel great, please, I am all ears. Drop it in the comment section. Not only is this my channel, but this is your guys' channel as well. You know, I'm making content for you guys. So if you guys have any content that you guys want me to cover, talk about, feel free to drop it in the comment section. Please, really do. So we're going to talk about a few games that are coming out. So I want to start off with Mafia 2 and 3. Mafia 2 is a 10-year-old game. It came out in 2010. And we're in 2020, and the game has been made again. It's in a definitive edition of it, and that means is that it's just the graphics look really good for a 10-year-old game. The story's the same, you know, gameplay is the same, but it feels improved upon, you know. And some moments still look like they're kind of meh, but it's not bad. It's not bad for $30. That's a good deal. That's a good deal, and it's a great game. I mean, I highly recommend you guys check it out. Really do. Vehicle models look a little bit better. The environment looks really good. Like they have a snowy area in one of the missions, and it looks amazing. It looks really good. Snow looks really good. Everything looks good. Everything looks really good. From a game that old to be ported on the PS4 is absolutely amazing. It shows how far technology has really come, which it's come a long way. It's come a very long way. And then there's no other Mafia 3. I don't know why they are making a definitive edition of Mafia 3. I really don't know why. You know, I mean, it could be good for people who never played Mafia 3 before. You're going to get all the DLC, all the clothing and all that. It's cool. But why? The game was already made for the PS4. So why would you make another version of that game? They upgraded. Again, I mean, I watched a video to compare 3 in the definitive edition. It looks slightly better. Slightly, not a lot. Slightly. Like, you probably won't even be able to tell the difference, honestly. You probably will not be able to. But, I mean, if you never played Mafia 3, it's a decent pickup. I mean, the story is not as great in my opinion. You know, it could have definitely been better. The game definitely kind of felt rushed when it first dropped. But it's an average game at best. I mean, I didn't even play the DLC. I don't know how the DLC is. I never got a chance to play it. So I mean, if you never got a chance to play the DLC, then I guess this is a pretty good pickup. The base story, I wasn't a fan of it that much. You know, I just felt like it could have been done better. Because when they first showed it, it looked really good. Then when you got your hands on it, you're like, yeah, this could have been, it could have waited a little bit longer. It could have done a little bit more time, focused on the story a little bit more. You know, not saying it was a bad story. It could have been a better story. The second one had its flaws too, but the story was so well done. You can look over those flaws. Mafia 3, the story is decent, but you're going to see a lot of the flaws in the game. You could kind of tell it was rushed. I just wish they would have taken a little bit more time with it, because Mafia 3 could have been that perfect end to a perfect trilogy. Perfect trilogy. If Mafia 3 would have had that great story, along with the gameplay was decent, it was just the moves were repetitive. You would do the same takedown move. It got really repetitive, really repetitive, really quick too. The game felt tedious at sometimes. I mean, most games like that are gonna feel tedious. Mafia 2 kind of felt tedious at times too. But like I said, that story was so driven. You just enjoyed it all. You enjoyed it all. Mafia 3, the story just, it felt rushed, and the gameplay wasn't as flawed. It wasn't as great as we hoped it was. It had a lot of flaws in it. But if you're a huge Mafia fan and you never played Mafia 3, I would not suggest you get the definitive edition. I would just straight tell you stick to the regular one, in my opinion. You can get it for cheaper too. On top of that, you can get it for way cheaper. So, but if you want the DLC included, then go for this version. If you want the DLC, go for this version. But if you don't want DLC, go for the regular version. And I'm telling you, you will not tell the difference. You will not be able to tell the difference. You won't. And there's another game that just got remastered as well, Saints Row the Third. Which, I'm a huge Saints Row fan. I like Saints Row more 1 and 2, but this game, it looks good. This game came out in 2011 on the PS3. It was a good game for the PS3. I enjoyed it. I really did. I had fun with it. The story definitely could have been better, especially coming from Saints Row 2 to 3. Definitely could have been better. But then again, it's 2 different developers, 2 different teams. Everybody has their own idea how they want it to go. The story was decent for what it was. Gameplay was pretty good. Now they have better character models. The lighting's good. Characters look more realistic. Which is good. That's what I wanted from a Saints Row when they actually decided to put it on the PS4, is more realistic character models, because it looks it looks kind of cartoonish in a way, and it still looks kind of cartoonish as well now, but not as much. It looks a little realistic now. The environment looks a little bit better. The rain kind of looks kind of weird, but that's just that is what it is. Other than that, the cars look great. I really love, the one thing I love about Saints Row series is the car customization. I love just making all types of cars, and it's not as detailed as the first 2. The third one is a little detailed. It's not bad. So I'll just steal cars and make my own. That was a lot of fun to me. You're gonna get a decent story out of it for the price they're going it at. It's $40. So it's not bad. And you get all the DLC, you get all the weapons that they have and stuff. It's not bad. It's not bad. I have it for my Switch. It's a pretty good port over for the Switch. Dock mode, it doesn't look that great. Portable mode looks a little bit better. But other than that, it's a great, solid game. I just wish the story was more serious and silly. There's so much I can talk about. There's so much I can talk about this game. I literally was just not a fan of how they did it. I don't want to get into it in this video. If you guys want me to, I can get into how I feel about this Saints Row series as a whole, because it's been an up and down. It's been an up and down experience for Saints Row. It really has, up and down. But that's for another video. I can talk about this for hours. Literally, there's so much I can say about it. But I'm just gonna move on to the next game. We have the Bioshock Collection. That's for the Nintendo Switch. That's coming out May 29th. There's no price range for it, but if I had to guess, no, I'm sorry, it's $50. Sorry, it's $50. It's $50, which is not bad. You get Bioshock 1 and 2 and 3. That's really good, actually. That's really, really good. I never played the first 2. I played the third one when it came out for PS3, and I thought it was really good. It was really good, and it really made me want to play the first 2. I just never got a chance to, because it was a little late in the year that I got the game. So I played the third one, and then the PS4 came out, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get a PS4, and I never got around to playing it. Never got back to playing it first 2. But now, since I have a Nintendo Switch, and this is coming out May 29th, this comes out next week. Oh, trust and believe, I'm going to be playing this game for hours. 1 and 2 and 3, all over again. And from the screenshots that they shown, it looks really good. For a Nintendo Switch, it looks pretty good, the game was kind of looking cartoonish already, just a little bit, with a little bit of a little realism in it. But it looks good for a Switch game. I can't wait. I can't wait. So I'm definitely gonna check that out, and I'll bring a review for that after I play all 3 of them, and I'll give you my thoughts about them and stuff. Then there's another game coming to the Switch, which I don't know why. Jump Force. I can't believe that. Jump Force, the game that failed on the Xbox and PS4. That's not looking too good in my opinion. I don't know why they did that. I'm not a fan. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not a fan of Jump Force. I enjoyed it. It's just, it could have been done better. It just needed more time. They could have been like, we're gonna take a year off to really work on this game and get it where we want it to be. Fans would have been like, okay, cool. They're trying to make a great anime fighting game with all these extra anime characters in it. That's perfect. I would not be upset with that. I'd actually be happy if they did that. I wish more companies would just say, look, we need more time to perfect it. Because at the end of the day, you want your game to be amazing. You know, you want people to be talking about your game. You know, and I felt like Jump Force should have been that game people would have been talking about forever. They're going to talk about it. All right, they are. But they're not going to talk about it in a good way. They're really not, which is sad because Jump Force had a lot of promise. You know, and it was very disappointing. The story was bland. It was really boring. It wasn't fun. Character models looked really weird and wonky. You know, it just felt like the game was super rushed for no reason. All you had to do was take your time with it. If you needed another year, or maybe even 6 months, hell, a month and a half, maybe even 2, as long as this game came out as perfection, that's all we want. That's all we want. We don't want a game that's rushed. You know, look at Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z. That game was made to perfection. It has its flaws, I will admit. There's flaws in that game. But the flaws outweigh how much fun that game is. You know, there's so much fun in that game. You look over those flaws. You really do. With Jump Force, you have a little fun, yes. But then you look at this flaws and you're like, man, if this didn't have this in this game, this would have separated it to be a great game. You know, it's like, it's enjoyable for a couple minutes to play as, but then it's just like, it's just the same thing. It's just boring. Online isn't bad. It's too easy. It's really too easy. You know, you hit at the right time, block at the right time, and attack at the right time, you're gonna win. And on top of that, it's hard enough to not get hit by some people's specials because the specials take up half the screen. And for the Switch, I feel like there's gonna be a lot of lag in it because that's a lot. It's gonna be a lot of stuff for the Switch to handle. There's gonna be a lot of chaotic stuff going on, and I'm not sure if the Switch can handle that. You know, I just hope they don't overprice this game. I really hope they don't. To me, $30 game. $30 game. Now, if they add all the DLC characters, I'm bumping up $10, $40 with all DLC characters, $30 without all the DLC characters, just the base characters that are available for you right then and there. So see, what I think they're going to do is they are going to drop the game for full price. Then they are going to make you pay for the extra DLC characters. I feel like that's what may happen. I hope it doesn't, because that would not be great for customer consumption, in my opinion. You know, at the same time, you gotta look out for the customers. You know, so I hope $40 is with all the DLC characters. If not, $30 for that game. That game is $30 to me. You know, to me, a perfect anime game would be, my favorite anime right now is My Hero Academia. So it would be really dope if you could follow the story season 1 and 4 through a created character where you choose your own quirk. You know, you can make it, or they give you 5 quirks to choose from. And then it's an open world RPG. You know, you go to the school, you do your training, you do missions, you know, you can enter the tournament. You know, it would be really cool. You know, and it would be a fighting game. It would be like it would be like a Jump Force fighting game. How Jump Force had the arenas open world and fighting like that. That's how I want the My Hero game to look. Like that, I think that would be cool. That would be really cool, you know. And then you could do that with any other type of anime. It ain't even gotta be. It could be. I know Demon Slayer is getting the game, so we don't know too much about the Demon Slayer game. But I'm hoping it's not like Jump Force. You know, I'm hoping it's an open world RPG. I think that's a perfect anime game. You know, Attack on Titan actually made a really good anime game too. The way how, you know, you create your character, and this is in the second one. You create your own character. The story doesn't revolve around you per se, but your character, your main character in the story. You know, and it follows the story from season 2 to season 3. Yeah, and then they had DLC of the new season in the game, which I haven't played yet, which I'm going to get. It's only $40. I mean, it's not too bad. All the stuff that you're getting, it's not that bad for $40. I can't even lie to you. It's not that bad for $40. But they did it very well. That's how anime games should be done. If, you know, you're looking for that RPG open world type, that's perfect. I think that's perfect. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. What makes a great anime game, or in general, what makes a great game? You know, to me, what makes a great game is gameplay and story. If you got those two, it's a solid game. It's a solid game. You know, you can look over the flaws that you have, but you have those two, solid game. You know, until the next video, Magic signing out. Peace.